Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's Thursday night, so you know what that means. We are back with another exciting round of CRL racing here for Season 10. I am joined, as always, by my good friend and co-host who stepped up to full host again last week for me. In my absence, it is Mr. AFL.
Good evening, everybody. Obviously back in the co-coms box today.
Well,
happy to not have the responsibility that Rob usually has. But no, I did enjoy it last week. But we're back to normality. Rob being back on the com, so I'm happy. So yeah, happy to get ready for this special race.
It was much appreciated last week, mate, you jumping in. Obviously, those that did watch last week, obviously, I had to drop out at the very last minute. For those that do know, obviously, you know, I have a lot of family-related stuff going off behind the scenes at the moment, but I do aim to try and be here when possible. So, once again, AFL, huge thank you for filling in for me. Now, we are in round 10 AFL. We've not got much longer left to go until we crown ourselves another champion again this season. And we are now out for round 10 in Belgium. Obviously, me and you have been round Belgium this week in Tier 4. Alright race. How did you find it last week on Monday?
It was dreadful for me.
It's a common theme. Whenever I ask you, how did you find it? Gary, I don't think you said once this season, it was great.
It's been awful. The last couple of races have just been dreadful for me. It sounds really bad. I'm just looking forward to the season ending, to be honest.
It has been a hard season, to be fair. It has been a very hard calendar to deal with. But that's the thing, we all like a challenge. It would be dull if it was the same 12 tracks each time, let's face it, because everybody would get too used to them and there'd be no real major challenge there for us. We are on board with Harry Palmer at the moment, who's on board with his first outlap. So while we let Harry get ready to do his thing, shall we check out the standings and see what we've got going on? Right, so this is as it stands from last week for the drivers. As it stands, Ennis is leading by a country mile. He is on 181 points. In second, it's Do Will with 124. And then in third, it is Jet with 98 points. So Ennis has a massive gap. I think in theory tonight, AFL, if Ennis was to win, I think we could be crowning him champion.
Ennis isn't here today.
Is he not? Oh, Ennis, what are you doing? So this will allow Do Will. Is he here? Let's go through the list. Is not here. Jet.
For you as well. Sorry.
Go for it.
Do you have any sound coming out of your screen? Because I have no sound coming from the game at all.
None coming from the game at all. I can hear the cars go around, if that's what you mean.
I can't hear anything. I might have to leave the lobby and come back.
Okay, matey. But I can hear the cars whizzing round. I'm currently on board with Harry Palmer. I can hear his little McLaren tractor engine going round. So, but that's the top three as it stands in the Drivers' Championship. I do believe Jet is here. He is. He's currently in the Red Bull, as you can see. There he is. Jet has been carrying Red Bull quite a bit this season. Red Bull obviously leading the Constructors' Championship at the moment. We'll get more into that in a moment. McConey in 20th at the moment. He's got a set of inters on. I don't know if Toto has had a bit of a brain fart. Well, then again, I think he's having a bit more than a brain fart this week, AFL. We've got to discuss it, mate. Lewis Hamilton going to Ferrari in 2025.
I know. I tried to discuss it a bit last week, but there was so much to commentate on. But yeah, I'm happy. Lifelong Ferrari fan, lifelong Lewis Hamilton fan. It's like both of my dreams have come true, and I was just saying to my friend on the phone beforehand, can we just fast forward to 2025 now?
Yeah, 2024 is going to be a write-off season now. Everybody's too excited for what's to come in 2025, let's face it. The season's not even started and there's already so much. Netflix is going to have a great thing with Drive to Survive next season.
Yeah,
it's going to be great.
It opens up the driver market as well. The driver market, there's I would say like maybe 75% of the grid contracts are up end of 2024. and obviously that Mercedes seat, no matter how well or how bad Mercedes have done, that's still a coveted seat. So there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be interested in that seat. We may see some left field decisions in terms of who gets the seat, but yeah, it's going to be interesting. 2025 roll on.
100%, and I am here for it.
Yeah, I may have to go to Monza next year.
100%.
Lewis's first race.
I could do with a holiday next year as well, with the year I'm having so far. We're only in February and it's one to forget already. Anyway, speaking of which, let's take a quick look at how it's standing at the moment. Obviously, we've got drivers coming in thick and fast at the moment. As it stands, Ariel Dari, I think that's a new name. Don't recognise the name. Oh, T-Griff. Oh, you've ruined what I was going to say, man. T-Griff is in provisional pole with a 142.052. Then it's Dari, Cole Paradox, and Freefall. It's good to see Freefall doing quite well on the times, but we've still got a while left yet to go. AFL, there's a lot to come from Belgium. Obviously, 22 laps of racing to come. I have got a little birdie already tweeting at me. Dry race to start, 77% rain with 30 minutes in. At least it's better than what we had, AFL. Obviously, go around on our out lap, well, our hot lap, I should say, formation lap, to get everything ready. And then, what was it? 1 lap in, 2 laps in, chucked it down?
A lap and a half, yeah.
Well, obviously becoming
heavens opened.
It did more than open, but then again, it was a wet to dry race. It was a dry to wet to dry race.
Wet to dry, yeah.
Yeah, I got tongue tied there. Me mind's a bit elsewhere at the moment this evening, man. I'll discuss that with you after the stream. But
no worries, mate.
I want to know what McConey's doing. He's not come out yet, but he's in the pits with inters on. Anyway, Legend we're on board with at the moment. He's just set a time. He's gone third fastest with 141.1. The 2 Red Bull drivers are currently leading at the moment in 1-2, 141.6 and 141.6 accordingly. Not much separating the 2 Red Bull drivers. Speaking of Red Bull drivers, let's take a look at the constructors. So we spoke about the standings for the drivers. Obviously, we spoke about the top 3. I think I'm still right in saying that if Jet was to crash out, possibility. I'm gonna have to do my maths on this, I'll do it behind the scenes later, but it'll make things interesting going into the next round if Jet crashes out. Right, anyway, as we're speaking, Red Bull is currently leading the constructors. Now this is before applying obviously Monday night's points to the table. So Red Bull currently have 678 points. Then it is Haas with 605. Williams are in P3 with 577. Alpine are in P4 with 566. McLaren are in P5 with 560. Ferrari are in P6 with 536. Mercedes are in 7th with 520. Alfa Romeo are in 8th with 481. Aston Martin are in 9th with 463. And all the way at the bottom in 10th is AlphaTauri with 363 points. It is a very, very close mid-table, to be fair, AFL. From Williams down. It's been a good season, to be fair. It's a nice mix. Normally there's one team which is running away with it at this point, let's face it.
I'd say you're happy because you're top of the constructors at the moment.
I am, but not in the team I'd want to be. I think it's the only time anyone's ever caught me cheering on for Red Bull. No, but it's never happened before. Ever. But, yeah. Anyway, there's no bias in the comments, but we are currently 1-2. Now then, AFL, what can you tell us about Belgium? You're the one with all the facts about the tracks.
I wouldn't say I'm the man with the facts about the tracks, but no, Belgium is one of the most iconic tracks, I'd say, on the circuit. Obviously, you've got the Eau Rouge, you've got the Camel Straight, you've got Pouhon, you've got the bus stop chicane, which obviously has changed a bit. It used to be a left into a right, and now it's a right into a left. There's many different iterations of this track in terms of track layout. But I'd say this current track, this layout is probably the best layout that they've had. It's the quickest, I'd say. But it's a drama-filled track. Obviously, we had the race in '98 where loads of cars crashed out first corner in the rain, and on the restart as well, there was a crash where a couple of cars went out. But back in the day, you had the spare car, so if you crashed out, you can jump in the spare car.
Yeah.
Nowadays, you don't have that. And I remember the 2012 race where Grosjean decided to wipe out 4 cars at the start of the grid. Start of the race, that was quite interesting, where he actually received a race ban. I think that was the last time a driver received a race ban in Formula 1 for
It has been a while.
misconduct on the track. Other than that, there's been quite a few races here, a few highlights. Obviously, Charles Leclerc winning the race here. Obviously, after Antoine Hubert lost his life in 2019. That was quite an emotional moment for him, for obviously the family of Antoine and his friends. Obviously, the iconic "Here Comes Sebastian" Vettel.
I was waiting for it.
Him and Lewis Hamilton, and also when you do that moment where you see Ocon decides to stick his nose in as well.
Yeah.
I think they were like 3 wide up the Kemmel Straight. So this track has got plenty of history. It's a track steeped in.
Obviously, there's also
controversy as well.
On the same straight of where obviously the "Here Comes Sebastian" Vettel moment, you've got the famous overtake. I believe it was between Mika Hakkinen and Schumacher.
I believe the car in the middle, Ricardo's on top.
It was. The one goes down the left, one goes down the right. He didn't see it coming.
Imagine Zonta makes a move either to the left or the right at that time.
Yeah, it would have been dangerous.
Yeah, he's cool. But everybody talks about how good that move is from obviously both Michael and Mika, but the awareness from Zonta to just keep it plumb
straight,
yeah, and that's why obviously F1 drivers, no matter how quick or how slow you would say they are elite athletes, and
their reaction times are phenomenal.
At that time, just to keep it straight in the middle just shows just how self-aware he was of pending doom if he moved.
Yeah.
All right. But yeah, Spa's. I'd say Spa's one of my favourite tracks, to be honest.
It is one of the best tracks on the calendar, and it is one of the best tracks on the calendar. It's got so many good parts to it. Obviously, we had a good one last season. Obviously, I believe it was the only race where Lewis Hamilton... Was it last season or the season before? Lewis Hamilton, I know, DNF'd here.
2022.
Was it 22?
Collided with Alonso.
Yeah, Alonso made that, the comment about Hamilton. That was a bit uncalled for that day. But, that was a good race. Obviously, the season before, in 2021, it was rained off after 3 laps, and F1 didn't refund the spectators their money, which was a bit of a unfair. Yeah. Jet goes fastest again, beating his previous time. He's now got 141.3 now. At this point, it's normally where I'm losing track of where everybody is. I'm always better in the main race than it is in quali. We're just giving everybody a bit of love during qualifying, as we always do. Big shout out to everybody that is in the comments watching. Obviously, me and AFL have tried to put on as good of a show as we can do over these last 10 weeks. With 2 to go, hopefully we'll get an exciting conclusion to Tier 2. But like I said, at the moment, Ennis has pretty much ran away with it. But it's always good to see the battle for P2, P4, whatever. Wherever there's a battle, you'll find me and AFL slowly watching on as Dari comes in. We're going to jump on board with CRL 3-4. It's good to see him back in the driving seat and doing well. Currently invalidated, so we're going to jump out of 3-4. Who should we jump some love with? Panda? We'll show Panda some love. We haven't given any Panda love for a while. I'll tell you what, I do like Panda's helmet. Just trying to find things to fill in the gaps with, because we've got 3 minute 40 left on the clock. That's the thing with Belgium, the laps are so long. Yeah.
But because the closing speeds are so fast around here, you literally have to make sure you've got a big gap between you and the car behind, because you do not want to be catching another car, especially through the twisty sector 2.
Yeah. Now, AFL, obviously, as you know, I don't like to wish a driver to crash out, but going up Eau Rouge, what have we got to expect from some of these drivers? Do you think we may have a bit of an early game safety car, or do you think all these drivers are going to do Eau Rouge perfectly? Obviously, this is the tier 2 boys.
I don't know, you know. I don't know, because tier 4, we didn't have any incidents going up.
No. I lost it at the top a couple of times, but somehow I kept control of the car and didn't put it in a wall. I did it twice, going up Eau Rouge, and just as I got to the top, I just lost control of the car, went off to the right, and then just before I hit the wall, I literally brought the car back in, so I didn't even get any damage. But it's one of those, Eau Rouge, you've got to be brave, you've got to be ballsy to get that speed and time. Strauss has just been given a 5-second grid penalty for an illegal block.
So yeah, hopefully it's not anything. Maybe it's just a game, but this track here, you really don't want to get caught blocking somebody.
No.
It is awful, and hopefully that was just the game, just being...
The game. I had it happen to me in Brazil, if I remember.
The game. But yeah, Eau Rouge Radion, as Harry Palmer has lost it a little bit, but he kept it out of the wall. Yeah, I don't think we had many problems there.
No.
To be fair, I remember a league race in here a couple of years ago. I don't know if you know Hedgehog.
Yep, I know Hedge. Yep. Well, I've not been in his league, unfortunately, but I have heard of it.
And there was an almighty crash up Eau Rouge Radion. And yeah, I need to get the clip, but the reaction is hilarious, especially watching it back. I think I've watched it back like 10 times, just how hilarious it was.
Fair enough. If you can get the clip and send me it, I'll love to give it a bit of a watch.
But yeah, no. I'm expecting there to be nothing tonight up Eau Rouge. But again, if the race is going to be wet, then it's going to be a bit tricky, because I don't know if some of these guys, if they're running less downforce, they might not be able to go a bit flat, and they need to lift, which may cause obviously the car to settle with the ride heights and that, especially going over the bumps. It's a bumpy old track as well. Forget it's a bumpy old track with different, obviously undulating corners, stuff like that. So possible to see. But who knows? Hopefully not. I'd like to see a cleaner. From my side.
Right then, a lot of the drivers are either on their final outlap. A few have retired. Both the Red Bull drivers have called it a day. One currently sitting provisional pole, another sitting P3. So good results for the Red Bull drivers. The question is, can they stay there? Well, the drivers are going to start to come in thick and fast in a moment as the clock runs out for qualifying. That is it. Legend, unfortunately, he's not going to be able to complete it in time, so he'll be finishing provisional P2. Right then, let's go on board with the first person to cross the line. It is going to be T-Griff, as he is midway through Sector 3 at the moment, currently sitting P8. Can he improve on his time? That is the question. Leslie takes the two final corners. Nice, a little bit tired, a bit of a tailspin there, but nothing too major, as he now improves and goes P5. Coming up next is going to be one of the Aston Martin drivers. The first one is going to be Tango. Can Tango improve from P10? The answer is yes. He's gone provisional P3, knocking one of them Red Bull drivers down. 4 stars come into the pits. That's the end for him. Here comes Dari. What can Dari do?
I've been on board with him for the last couple of seconds.
Dari, no improvement there. Here comes the other drivers. Strauss improves. He goes provisional P6. I don't think there was any improvement for the other driver that followed behind him. The other Haas driver is coming in. No, he's not. De Rouge goes P17. The Ferrari of 3-4. He lost it by the looks of it, so no improvement from him. Brabbit is going to improve. He does, P11. And then it's just Carl to come across the line now, just keeping it in the track limits there quite nicely. I don't know if he improves or not. We'll soon find out in just a second. He doesn't. He goes P13. Good, nice qualifying session there, to be fair, mate. Nothing too dramatic to commentate over.
No,
apart from the fact... Oh, go on.
All pretty much bog standard, to be fair.
Well, Jet in the Red Bull is P1, Legend P2, Tangle P3, Pam P4, Dari P5. Now Strauss is P6, however he's going to be starting P11 due to an illegal 5 grid place penalty. Tigriff P7, Hobbsy P8, Rapid P9, Knowlesy P10, Brabbit P11 and 3-4 round off the point starters in P12. Following up from P13 it is Carl Shu, Cole Paradox, 4-star, DeRouge, Panda, Harry Palmer and obviously Laconi not driving out, obviously serving a qualifying ban. 22 laps of action to come, AFL. It's at a track I absolutely love. I know it's a track you absolutely love. It's always one of those where weather comes into it and safety cars is a big thing. It's going to be a good race.
Yeah, it is. I'm looking forward to it. Obviously, we know that their race is going to be affected by some rain at some point. So it might be similar to what we discussed on Monday before our race, what tyre to start on. Whether we go on the softs, whether we go on the mediums or go on the hards. Just depends on when that rain's going to come. And
I'm sorry to interrupt, mate. I'm just receiving word that we have lost the host. Carl Paradox has left the session, so hosts have been migrated. Now, normally when that happens, we do get a bit of desync, but I do believe there is going to be a lobby restart.
Yeah.
So for those that are watching, we are going to have a lobby restart. Apparently thunderstorms are coming in this lobby.
Well, as it's going to be a new lobby, are we going to get the same weather? Maybe not.
Well, the drivers in the paddock are petitioning for the weather to be left the same as it is. So maybe the host can manipulate the weather a little bit. I don't think I've ever seen thunderstorm. Oh yeah, of course. I'll use the proper term. They will massively affect the game. It's just that groan. You've not heard it for a few weeks, mate.
The groan of discontent.
You've not heard me say it for a few weeks. I've been good. I promised you I wouldn't say it.
Been here. That's why. That's why I haven't heard it.
Well, it all swings and roundabouts. There is an argument.
From the back to a W. You heard it here first.
We got a DeRouge fan in the comments. DeRouge from the back to a win, saying you've heard it here first. Well, it's things we like to see. Things we definitely like to see.
I mean, as well, it's good to see Brabbit back as well. Because we commentated on him last year, didn't we? Or last season in Tier 3, and he wasn't he the T3 champion?
Yes.
Yeah, I think he's taken a break this season, but he's now back for not sure if he's back for the remaining 3 races or if he's just back for a one-off appearance, but it's good to have him back tonight, and hopefully he can put on a good race.
Couldn't agree more, even if I wanted to there, AFL. He was a good driver last season. It was always good to watch him. Like you said, he was the champion last season, so you can always expect big things from him.
Have you got the invite for the...
I have. I'm just trying to join the session now, but I think it's struggling a little bit. There we go, I'm in. There we go. No, it won't even let me select spectator at the moment. It wouldn't be an F1 game without some difficulties, let's face it.
Technical difficulties. Error. Session is no longer available.
Do you need a...
I'll check the group.
There we go.
Yeah, we're in. I don't know if you watched the stream last week, but I forgot to press triangle and ended up starting the Red Bull. Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, I guess you had to retire.
Yeah.
But I was panicking for a hot minute because I was like, what have I done here? But then I realised, I hadn't pressed triangle, so anyway. And then,
I did it in SRL. Obviously, I have my own, and I have my own league. I believe it was in Brazil, I did it. And I tried doing comms from the driver's box on lap 1. It was interesting. It was unique.
Definitely what you would call multitasking.
Oh, 100%. Well, for those that are watching, we are just having a lobby restart at the moment. Due to the in-game penalties, I believe, which was on Strauss. The game unfairly awarded him a 5-second grid, not 5-second grid penalty, a 5-place grid penalty. So that has been nullified, so he should start from P6. We're just waiting for everyone to get back in. Meanwhile, while we're doing that, I'm just I've got the darts on in the background in my on my iPad, and it's currently 1-1 between Luke Littler and Rob Cross.
All you darts fans out there.
Which I know there is some in this lobby, and I do know that a lot of people have suddenly become darts fans out of nowhere. I wonder why. It will have something to do with this teenage prodigy that is on my iPad screen at the moment playing darts against Rob Cross. To be fair to him, he is a very good darts player. He's got a good career ahead of him, I reckon. I mean, I suppose the advantage to a lobby restart is that all these boys will have a fresh set of softs as well.
Yeah, which may open up strategy.
Mm.
The softs here really, it's not really a good tyre. Softs.
Shu has got some technical difficulties regarding his internet. The Tier 1 boys are about to get underway as well over on the channel, but obviously this is the Tier 2 watch to begin with, and then pop over and see the Tier 1 boys after you finish watching us. I'm eating some sweet chili crisps at the moment, mate. And it's supposed to be sweet chili, yeah? Well, I don't think it's that sweet at all. Jesus. Whew. Oh, sweat on. It's snowing outside. What's going on?
Is it snowing where you are?
Oh, yeah, it's been snowing all day, mate. I think it's finally turned to rain, and it has, because what was once a winter wonderland is now typical Doncastrian weather.
It's just been raining here all day. London weather.
Does it even snow in London?
Very rarely.
I was going to say, I imagine that is such a rare sight. It's sticking in London. Imagine like the London equivalent of snow is just the black snow that turns up after cars have run over it after so many times.
Yeah, black ice.
Yeah, nasty stuff. Nasty stuff.
We don't really get that much snow in London, and if
No.
we do get snow, it doesn't set at all.
Well, which is
so
that busy. Well, the boys are back underway. We are now 16 seconds away from getting underway here with Tier 2.
It's always a shame we have to restart the lobby, but I'd like to give you the good news. CRL was meant to start 15 minutes ago, and they still haven't started, and they've only got 12 drivers now because people are throwing their toys out with the pram, so enjoy the race with a full...
Oh, wow, okay.
They know us are big fannies.
If that's come up for stream, I do apologise for Scott's bluntness, but
so I'm sure you heard that.
I didn't think I had it that loud. Well, you've heard it here first. To be fair, though, we all think about Tier 1, don't we? Tier 1 boys have got 12 drivers racing this evening. They are starting late, and a lot of them are missing. So, for those that are watching, this is the tier to watch this evening in the AFL. We've got to make sure we put on a good show tonight.
This is the place to be tonight.
It is the place to be. But they have put the weather is interesting. If you look at the paddock chat, you'll see what weather they've put on. It is going to start to dry, it will go to overcast, and it will rain. So it is the same weather that we were going to be treated to a moment ago, AFL. So strategy is definitely going to come into play this evening.
Yeah. I don't think we'll see anybody on soft, to be honest. And if we do, then they're going to be starting further down in the grid, and they'll try and make their way through. Maybe hoping for a safety car or something.
Yeah, I think 99% of this grid will start on mediums.
But who are we? We're not strategists, so we
Nope.
don't know what's there.
We both support Ferrari, so we don't know what strategy is. We just hope and pray. It's true. It's so true. The thing is, I can't wait for Lewis to be at Ferrari in 2025. And he goes, "Is it hammer time?" And Ferrari turn around and go, "We are checking." Because it's what's going to happen.
That doesn't happen. If Bono can come over from Mercedes, then we won't get that.
Well, that's the thing, though. They are a Ferrari are trying to get Bono and another Mercedes member of staff over to Ferrari, aren't they? They are trying.
I believe it's Andrew Shovlin that they're looking to get out as well. But who knows? There might be a mass exodus in Mercedes.
Is this the beginning of the end for the Silver Arrows? Answers on a postcard. We'll find out in a year's time. Now, like I said, only 3 drivers are starting on the hard tyres. And that would be Tango in the Aston Martin in P3, 3-4 in the Ferrari in P12, and Shu in the Williams in P14. And as you can see there, the hards taking him massively off track straight away. He's now currently behind 4-star. Like I said, I weren't expecting the reds to come out. Well, obviously, the other big news, F1-wise, we've got to talk about it, because we're on board with the pole sitter at the moment, Christian Horner. He's been a naughty, naughty boy!
I'm not going to comment on that, just because you genuinely don't know the facts.
Yeah.
And as much as companies would love to an outcome or something that's not fair,
Yeah. Exactly.
What's ever happened? Definitely, personally, I would like to comment.
Yeah.
I think we'll find out soon enough. I think we'll find out tomorrow.
I think the first stuff to come from it is due tomorrow, from what I remember reading up about. Obviously, the thing that what it's about isn't a matter to be taken lightly. So obviously it's why it's going to be a while before we get an official outcome. So it's I'm just trying to think of other big F1. I don't think there is much more at the moment, is there? Apart from obviously
talk about the liveries. So
the liveries. So far they all look meh. Yeah, I've not been impressed by any of them. The only one I actually like, and I'm a minority on this, is the Stake F1 team's livery.
Oh no, that is dreadful.
I like the green, but I don't like the green and black, but I do like the green.
So one of my colleagues at work mentioned if you would have flipped the black and the green, it may have looked a bit better.
Yeah, I
see
can
where they're coming from.
I can get behind that. I believe Visa Red Bull, whatever it's called, they're Baby Bull, Red Bull, second team, whatever you want to call it. I do believe that their car was announced today, wasn't it? It was revealed. I think I haven't seen that one yet.
I haven't seen the car, but I've seen the suits that they're going to be wearing.
I haven't seen any of it.
Anyway.
Right, we are literally. The server's having a bit of a mad moment. Everyone got shifted around for a second there. Apparently, people were already 17 seconds behind someone. But we are lights out and away we go here for round 10 of Tier 2. And it's a nice, clean start for Jet. Let's have a look. Are we going to get any accidents into turn 1? Looks nice and clean. There's no collisions. The boys have done really, really well there. And girls.
Just keep an eye on Legend and Tango.
Oh, that's a big crash!
It's happened already.
Oh, that's a very big crash. Are we going to see the fabled red flag? No, we're going to see a VSC. Oh, the big loser there. Red Bull, we've lost Pan. Pan's gone. It's a full safety car,
How did we manage to get through and they didn't?
We're just obviously a better class of driver.
I don't know who was at fault there because I only saw just cars in the wall, but yeah, it's somebody just didn't want to give someone else space.
Well, I saw a McLaren and a Haas spin at some point. Let's take a look and see what I can see. I don't think it was Harry Palmer. I do believe it was Brabbitt that was affected in that. Let's see position-wise change. Yeah, Hobbsy is down 11 positions. I do think Hobbsy has collided with either the Red Bull of Pan or it can't be for the McLaren. I could have swore it was a McLaren that I saw spun as well. But we definitely had a Haas that spun round. How the Haas didn't get taken out and out the race is beyond me. Unfortunately, Pan with an early exit to the point in the paddock. Pan has gone peace. And, wow.
It's happened already.
Yeah.
Lap 1 safety car because of an incident.
It's a Tier 4 special.
Oh, God.
A few drivers obviously coming into pit. The ones that would have probably picked up damage. T-Griff is in. Can only assume he's got damage. Strauss is in. Can only assume that there's 4 drivers which are coming in. I'm just going to double check obviously the tyre wise. Yeah, they're all medium drivers. So yeah, wing damage there for the Mercedes. Here comes Strauss, who's serving time second penalty as well. Both the Hasses are double stacking. No damage for Hobbsy. Sorry, no DeRouge, but Hobbsy has got damage. Shoe's asking what happened. Well, to answer your question, carnage. That's what's happened. Didn't even get all the way. It was just at the top of our Rouge, wasn't it, where it happened?
Radion.
Yeah.
Didn't make it through. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. It was just madness. Like, I didn't expect anything to happen there. And obviously, this just means the rain is going to be coming sooner into the race now, obviously.
It does.
A bit slower than you would under normal racing.
I am just going to get the stream up if possible, and I'm going to have a
From my POV, I did see something happening towards the back, well, sort of the middle. But again, it was literally around the last second where the damage had already been done. Pardon the pun. But yeah, it's a shame for Pan.
I'm just watching it at the moment, so here we go. I'm on board with Jet on the stream and in the previous video, and I didn't really get a clear view of it, if I'm honest. You just see the Red Bull of Pan just spinning in the background, which collides with, I think, with Hobbsy. It'll be one to look into, and I'm sure it's one we're going to see on 4Star's TikTok at some point this week.
I was just about to mention that. I was about to say, if we don't have any POVs of it now, give it a few days, and 4Star will
have it.
Gold on TikTok.
He will have it.
Yeah.
For those that are watching the stream and going, what are you on about, boys? Why would 4Star have this? 4Star likes to put a nice bit of all the contemplations of the driver's crashes, their silliest moments during each round, and makes a nice contemplation video each week. So if you haven't, search him on TikTok, same as his name is here, 4Star, and do go and give it a watch, because some of the videos he does do is absolutely brilliant. Do you remember Spain last year, mate? When you said you didn't see it and he made a edit of you. He did. Have you not seen that one?
No, I have not.
I would go and search it, mate, because it's a corker. It's when Indian Jesus took out Freefall, and you go, I didn't see it.
Probably paying homage to Arsene Wenger, but no, I didn't see it. I'll have to go back and find it.
It's a great video. It's a good edit that he did, to be fair. It was a good edit. The 12 people that are watching, big massive thank you and hello to the stream. You are tuning in for season 10, round 10, here in Belgium. And we didn't even get up. Well, we did. We got to the very top of the hill before someone committed Halley Carry. And, or it was just mass murder in general. So,
thank you to the viewers tonight. Those of you who are watching, those of you that are commenting, and obviously the race, and the guys that are racing tonight, well done to them. Thank you very much.
Well done for making it to lap 3. And hopefully you'll survive the other few laps left to go. But it's going to be a long race. Obviously, nice mixture of weather. Obviously, this is the race to watch this evening. We had a full grid AFL. All 20 drivers. We only have 19 now, but we did have 20. Yeah. Tier 1 only have 12.
Everybody's guaranteed points there if they finish.
Oh, yeah.
What do you reckon? Safety car? Yeah, safety car is that.
I was literally just about to say it. I guarantee it's in. And it is. So Jet will have control of the grid. The only Red Bull driver left in the session. Obviously, Jet is also playing for big points today as well to keep his championship dreams alive. If I remember correctly, I said he was in P3 in the driver's standings. Just double check. I can never find it. There we go. No, let's face results. I don't want results. Anyway, we're underway. Jet has now crossed the line, and away we go on lap 4. Let's see. Can the drivers have a better time going up Eau Rouge this time compared to last time? I'm on board with Dari trying to hunt down Legend and Jet.
So far, everybody seems to have gone through a single file.
Oh, great move there from... That was a here comes Harry Palmer moment. Great overtake there.
He was pouncing there.
He was 4 wide. Nearly into the... Oh, great battling going off between 3-4. Oh, it was a good battle, but this 3-4 has been spun by Tigriff. Oh, and 3-4 drops down. He 3-4s all the way down to P19. It's alright, still plenty of time.
And the lead Legende is now P1 ahead of Jet. So we obviously missed that somewhere. So, yeah, well done to Legende can get in.
I got enticed by Harry Palmer's overtake up to the main straight, and obviously 3-4 spin up at bus stop chicane. Nice little battle going on here between Brabbit and Rapid, and it's Tangle's getting enticed into the mix as well. Let's jump on board for this freeway battle in Sector 3. Obviously DRS is not enabled yet. Obviously we need to wait 2 laps before that will get reactivated. Actually, it's not even been activated once this session. Nice and clean between these boys here as they... we might have a bit of a battle going up El Rouge here in a minute. AFL, I'd advise jumping on with the battle for P5 and P6. Slight contact there between the two drivers, only a little love tap on the wheels, but here we go as we head up to El Rouge. Rabbit burning through his ERS to get the overtake done. He's coming down onto the outside. The Aston Martin driver there in front as well. It's nice and tight as we go into the bus stop chicane. Cleanly done. And no one spins out. Good little battle this AFL.
Yeah, bus stop chicane further along there.
Am I saying the wrong...
Yeah.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a Spider commentary if he didn't mess up. At some point, I do it every stream.
It's alright.
Oh dear. Jump on board with the leaders at the moment. Legend's getting a nice little gap between him and Jet. Just trying to make it into that 1 second mark, try and avoid obviously any DRS assistance there. They're nice and spaced out. It's a nice battle for the battle for P4. It's freeway between Tango, Rapid and Brabbit. We are going to show the boys some more love again. I know we showed them it a minute ago, but this battle, because of how close it is bringing.
DRS is activated now, so you see Nosey now and
Carl having a battle.
Have a look. So this could get spicy now.
Yeah, we're on board with Carl at the moment. Yeah. Actually on board in the cockpit with him. He's going to have DRS assistance on Brabbit. It's going to be a DRS train though, to be fair. We are on board with Brabbit as Rapid tries to get round Tango around. There's slight contact between the two, but Rapid is now up into P4. Tango loses out into P5 and may very well be bumped down to P6 if Brabbit can get the move done here. Can he get it done? Moving down to the inside. And there's a spinning contact between the two. And that's allowed Tango to come into play as well, I believe. Or Nosey.
Yeah, they just didn't want to give each other space.
No, they did not. Could be one for the stewards to potentially investigate after the race. We've got a yellow flag. Somewhere is Ids. He's had a spin and he's in a barrier. He's not out, but he has got wing damage.
He may have lost the car through poo on.
Oh, and he's got a 10-second time penalty as well for exceeding track limits. That's a bit harsh from the game.
I don't get that. He's off the track. He's obviously spun. And
yeah.
He decided to go, right, we're going to compound his misery a bit more than the 10-second time.
Let's just kick him while he's down.
Come on, man.
Yeah,
It's still a long race to go. Hopefully that penalty will get removed. It should do anyway.
Yeah, he will serve it in the pits when he comes in for his pit stop. That is unfair against him, to be fair.
On board with Jet now. He is in the DRS of Legende. I'm ready now.
Yeah, he's rapid.
He's going to do the DRS though. As Chu has retired and
Not surprised, if I'm honest. It's through no, obviously the spin, the fault of his own, but the 10-second time penalty, to be fair, even I would turn around and say, nah, not doing it. I've said it before and I'll say it again. F123 is not the best. We've got a VSC for what? Oh, that's for free fall. That's what I was saying. I've said it before on stream and I'm going to say it again. F123 has not been the greatest of games. And I will be one of the few which is looking forward to when F124 is downloaded and ready to play, where I will be uninstalling it at a moment's notice. Anyway, the VSC is now back in, DRS has been re-enabled, and we are under racing conditions once again. A nice little freeway battle for the lead at the minute between an Alfa Romeo, a Red Bull and a Ferrari.
Yep. Legende taking us into the first corner now.
I'm jumping on board with Dari at the moment. Well, DRS assistance.
Sort of broken away a little bit from the rest of the board. Well, as you were going into the lap, no changes have been made as we go through Le Combe now.
Well, Rapid has just been overtaken by Carl. Carl now up to P4. He made it look easy, and he is now P4.
Yeah, Carl's had a quietly decent race so far. Oh, and I say that, and he's just spun.
And just as I come off him as well, I went to go have a look at what was going on with Hobbsy and Harry Palmer.
Yeah, Carl down to P7 now, losing a bit of time now as they go side by side through Pouon.
Nice little battle.
Wow.
A great battle.
Fair play between him and Nosey there.
That's real racing.
I actually never seen two cars go side by side there, so fair play.
That was nice to see.
Yeah.
3-4 is back out on track now. He's on a fresh pair of softs, hoping to maybe take him to the rain, where it enters more indefinitely, coming out to play. Nearly at the halfway mark, AFL. Two drivers have already DNF. We've had plenty of action and drama so far, would you say?
I'm expecting more.
Oh, there's definitely going to be more, mate.
That was just the start of the main course. Will be arriving soon. I think the rain being the main course.
Oh, yes.
And the drama that's going to ensue after that.
I'm on board with Rabbit at the moment. He's going to have DRS assistance on Rapid as we go up through Radion, around into the outside, retakes the position and has DRS. But I tell you what, these drivers are very fit. Carl once again. Here comes Carl. Strauss.
Oh, Strauss has lost it at the top of a rouge area. And he's lost it in his front wing. They were battling. Strauss and 4-star. That was quite close.
Drivers are changing positions here, where and everywhere. Carl with a little bit of a tail wag there. We are on board with Nosey at the moment, who's trying to gain on Carl. Let's see if he can do it. Top three are in a battle of their own at the moment. Just going to show them some love, so. Dari trying to catch up on the Red Bull and the Alfa Romeo. Jet looking to get the move done. I think he's going to go for the lunge into the cut. No, he's not. Backs out.
He lives to fight another day.
He does, but we are now coming up to a rouge where anything can happen. Oh, as Dari has a bit of a... Gets the car back under control, but that will cost him precious seconds. Now, Jet has a lot of ERS, more than Legende does. Here we go, he's got the assistance. Can he get the move done? Here comes Jet! And he retakes the lead of the Grand Prix.
Good move there. Good spatial awareness there from both of them there. Leaving each other just enough room for them to both get through without hindering each other's chances.
Meanwhile, Carl drops back down to P6 from P4. Rapid and Brabbit getting round.
This is a good battle here. P4 between these cars. That's pretty cool. As expected, sets the fastest lap of the race on those fresh soft tyres.
Benefit from the softs. So we are going to show some love to the battle for P4 all the way. It's because it's all the way down. All the way down to about P9. It's an Alpine sandwich, mate.
You see the sky is getting a little bit overcast as well. You know,
Yeah.
Oh,
what have we seen?
T. Griff. I believe he has kept out the wood and lose the car there. But hopefully he has not got any damage and can get back into contention.
Doesn't look like he's got damage, so if he has, it's only going to be minor.
Yeah.
I'm going to show some love to Nosey as he taps the back of Carl's car. Brabbit's come into pit. Now, I wonder what he's going to come in for.
He's definitely going to go on a set of tyres, but that's really early.
Should have just held it out. He's on... as we've got a yellow flag further down the track. That's for a Haas. I believe it's for De Rouge.
Yeah.
He's spun.
But Brabbit's gone onto a set of hard tyres.
Does he know something we don't? Anyway, back onto the battle for P5. Nosey getting around Carl again. T-Griff getting around Cole Paradox. Harry Palmer getting around McConey.
So Brabbit's left himself a lot of work to do here, but the undercut is very powerful around it, so he's already made light work of De Rouge, getting past him on those fresh tyres. If he can get some clean laps together, if it's the pit window, he should gain massively on the group of cars he was racing with. And he should be further along. Obviously, if there's any safety cars, he will lose out massively. But if it's green flag conditions, he should be in a good position to undercut most of those guys that he was racing with. So he may have done that. And plus, as well, if the rain is coming, you want to be on the freshest tyres possible as well during the rain.
But
the wrong compound.
Well, while we've been watching the battle in the mid-pack, Legende, or Legend as I call him, has retaken the lead from Jet. These two are swapping positions quite regularly. So it's an interesting battle up front, but the battle for the mid-pack is just so enticing, AFL.
It is, yeah. I mean, I'm really interested to see what Rabbit's thought process is of pitting early.
It is an interesting one, to be fair, because it's not one that I would have thought, as Nosey goes extremely wide to re-get the position there on Rapid to take P4. I think all four tyres came off the track limits to get that overtake. That could potentially be an illegal overtake, but who am I to say? Let's show the battle for P11 some love between Harry Palmer and CRL McConey. What are you expecting from the new Mercedes livery, by the way, mate? We haven't spoke about that at all. Do you think it's going to be back to being silver, or do you think it's going to be black again?
I'm not fast what colour it is, I just hope it's fast. To be fair, it can be bright pink as long as it's fast.
Well, I made a joke about obviously Lewis leaving Mercedes to go to Ferrari, and either the car is an utter tractor, and he's gone, you know what, I can't do another 2 years in this car, or he just genuinely wanted to race for Ferrari.
I think everybody wants to race with Ferrari.
Oh, as Sebastian Vettel once said, even if you're not a Ferrari fan, you are a Ferrari fan.
Yeah. It's an iconic team. Like, it's the oldest team in F1. It's won the most constructors. It's won the most drivers' championships. I mean, it's Ferrari without F1. It just doesn't exist. You know what I mean? So
yeah, exactly.
Ferrari is a great team.
Great overtake there from, sorry to interrupt, Rapid getting round Nosey, retakes P4.
Yeah, good move there. It's overcast, but there's no drops of rain. So has Rabbit messed up here?
Well, no, technically he wouldn't have done. If the rain doesn't come, which we are led to believe it is going to, but if it doesn't, he's on hard tyres. They will see him through to the end.
Yeah. But you just don't want to take too much life out of those tyres just too early. Especially as the guys that are going to pit are going to have fresher tyres than him. So he may or may not get track positions, but they will have the better tyre life towards the end of the race. Yeah, the rain's not coming.
No, it's still quite overcasty, but I don't think we're far off.
Let's have a look. Legende now 0.8 seconds behind Jet now. So
what a move from, sorry to interrupt, what a move from Hobbsy on Cole Paradox. Nicely done. Bit of late braking going on. I just made it look easy as King Panda gets around Harry Palmer as well, and 4-star looking to do the same as Nosey picks up a 3-second time penalty. Elaborating on what I said earlier, that he went wide to retake that position. I mean, he obviously did get at least a warning from the game. Four-way battle from P14 to P12. Oh, there's a slight contact as Harry Palmer cuts the corner extremely wide and nearly kills a Williams. Oh, good driving there from Panda not to be taken out by Harry Palmer.
Not sure if that was caused by the McLaren of Rabbit, you know. They were very close to each other.
Yeah, it was.
Harry's gone into the wall, and I think he may or may not have damage. No, he doesn't look like he's got damage.
It was very close. That's one thing I will say. As he's colliding now with an Aston Martin. What's Rabbit doing out there?
It's looking a little bit desperate in terms of he wants to get through. Obviously, he's pitted a lot earlier than the guys in front, and he doesn't want to lose a bit more time, but he's just got to get through safely.
Well, he's got round.
From the back to a W. You heard it here first. Typical star moment. Since my boy Mark Wilson ain't running, let's go Harry.
Yeah, he gets it now. And he's up into P12, so back into the points, not a bad bit.
Yeah. As I say, we were singing his praises earlier. Questionable move earlier on, that's for sure. As De Rouge moves up to P16. We are on board with King Panda as we go up. Al Rouge. As we're going to have a nice little battle now. Not going to gain. Harry Palmer catching up as well. a bit clean at the moment, no matter where we look. The leaders are nicely spread away from P4. The battle for P4 is heating up between Rapid and Nosy. Carl trying to get back into contention for P4 as Freefall picks up a 3-second time penalty. 15 laps out of 22 done AFL, and the rain is still nowhere to be seen.
Nope.
Are we going to have a last couple of laps of rain? At that point, you just try and stick it out because of how long the track is.
You just got to brave it out. But, you know, Spa, microclimate, it may rain on one part of the track.
Been a while. Hope everyone is having fun without me.
I don't know if you remember the 2007 race between Lewis and Kimi, I think, where Lewis was disqualified. Yeah, there's rain coming down.
I was going to say, I thought I saw some spits of rain there.
Yeah.
As the rain is now coming.
If you ever want to see how treacherous Spa can get, watch the 2007
Yeah.
Grand Prix. If you haven't already, watch it. And it just shows you how quickly the track can turn from dry to wet and how treacherous it can become.
T. Griffin McConey, listening to your advice there, mate. They have already come in for Inters. They are in. And perfectly timed for him, to be fair. Strauss doing the same thing. Freefall is doing the same. He hits the wall a little bit there.
Yeah, Strauss in now.
The Rouge, on the other hand, stays out.
Yeah. This race hasn't finished yet. It's not
Nope.
over. It's
far from over. Freefall's gone to full wets.
Well, we are expecting heavy rain, but it needs to rain buckets.
But have we just witnessed the Ferrari master plan in action?
Let's see. Obviously, Freefall will be hoping that it's a master plan.
Well, the Ferrari strategist team are still trying to work out if it's raining or not.
So Jet has stayed out, and Durai has made a late move.
A very late move. But they are in.
Yeah.
Harry Palmer's picked up a 3-second time penalty for multiple track extensions. A lot of drivers are coming in. Few drivers stayed out. Carl has also stayed out. Nosy has chosen to stay out. Tango's also staying out. As we've got a yellow flag in Sector 3, it's for a McLaren, and it's for Harry Palmer. That was a dodgy pit entry. I don't know if it's from spinning or...
Let's keep an eye on the gap.
Yes.
Between the intermediate runners and the dry runners.
I tell you what, them dry runners are struggling out there, mate. I've just jumped on board with the Rouge and got a bit tail happy there. I think that track's already too wet for dry compound tyres. I think these boys all need to come in and at least get Inters on. Scott, I tell you what, very brave call on them wets.
I mean, he's got nothing to lose, has he?
No.
Really. But Durai is making inroads on Tango. He's cut it down already a second.
Yeah.
And as well, he had one lap extra. He obviously knows where the braking zones are.
As the Haas that I spoke of earlier goes for a spin. And Harry Palmer retakes P15. Rapid made quite quick work of Cole Paradox as well, because Cole Paradox is still on slick tyres. It's definitely time for Inters, boys, at the very least. Jet is now in.
Yeah. Nosy will be following him.
And so will Carl.
And Carl, yeah.
And Tango.
will be as well, yeah. They're all following now.
They do have a bit of a gap, though, on the rest of the pack. So I wonder if Jet has played this beautifully.
Let's have a look. We've got Durai. P2. I think he's got it.
I don't know. Jet's going to lose out two positions.
Durai's, yeah. And that's great strategy there from Durai.
Yeah.
Getting that lap early, getting the heat into those intermediates. And now DRS will be
Disabled
deactivated as well, yeah. Rabbit is still out on the hard tyre.
Like I said, does he know something we don't? Confirmation that DRS is now disabled from the stewards.
I can't actually believe I'm seeing this, but he's actually still out on the hard tyre.
He obviously knows something that we don't.
De Rouge is out on soft tyres as he locks up into the bus stop chicane.
Harry Palmer is still out on softs, and Cole Paradox has also opted for the wet tyres as well. Now, remember, Cole Paradox is the one that set the weather. Does he know something we don't?
Yeah, De Rouge is retired.
He's done more than retired. Oh no, yeah, he has definitely retired. I thought he was out then. I mean, out. Scott going extremely wide. That's a corner cut in half, that, Scott. Oh dear. Maybe the wets wasn't the right call. Maybe he's waiting for heavy rain. Maybe he knows there's heavy rain. But Durai, as like you said, mate, he's called it wonderfully. As we've got a safety car. What's gone on to cause a safety car?
Come on.
Now then. What's caused the safety car?
Not sure, as McConey gets a drive through for speed and under the safety car.
Oh, you know what I think's caused it? I think the Rouge's car came back out the pits.
Probably.
So it's through no fault of the Rouge, it's the game being the game. And I think that's what's caused the safety car.
It's a shame though, because Durai had built up a decent gap to Gende behind.
And now he's got to do it all again.
And you now got to do that all again.
It will benefit a lot of the back markers. It will allow 3-4 to come in and potentially get them wets off.
Rabbit will pit. Nosey's come back out on a set of wets
tires as well. I wonder if it's for me, it doesn't look like it's wet enough.
Doesn't look like it's wet enough, but we could get to that period where it's the crossover where both the wet and
a lot of drivers are coming in for wets. 4-star, McConey, they're also in.
Gambling now, aren't they?
Harry Palmer's also coming for wets. The thing is, the safety car is going to be in at the end of next lap, regardless. Because it'll be lap 20, and obviously the game is programmed for the final 2 laps to not have safety cars. Strauss is serving 5 seconds of his time penalties in the pit, I believe, if he had any, because that looks slow. 3-4, doing like he did a moment ago. He's not having a fun time, is 3-4. It's been a bit of a shame for 3-4 today, to be fair. He had that incident early on, and he's going for a set of intos. I think he's going to try and poach the fastest lap.
Who currently the fastest lap because it was set in. It was
set during dry conditions.
Yeah.
No, why I said that. Let's find out who's actually got the fastest lap, shall we? It's 3-4. Hopefully you can catch up to the pack to at least catch up. The safety car won't be in this lap. It's guaranteed to come in at the end of the next lap anyway. So it'll be a 2-lap dash to the finish line. It's been a good race, AFL, but for you, who's going to be your driver of the day today?
Let's go. Let's see who's made the most positions, and I will base it from there. I've already got somebody in my mind. For me, it's between Durai and Carl. Obviously, if Durai wins, I'm going to give it to them.
Yeah.
They played a blinder with the strategy. pitting at the right time. Once the rain came, but for me it would be Durai.
I have to agree with you there, mate.
A couple of laps to go.
There's still a couple of laps to go, but I do agree with you with Durai. Safety car will be in at the end of this lap, and we will have a 2-lap dash to the finish line to wrap up round 10 here in Tier 2. Now, while these boys are just doing the last of their thing, I am just going to get the standings up again. Tier 2. So, Javille's not here, Ennis isn't here, so Jet will get a bit of a boost. But what I will say is, so long as Ennis pretty much turns up next week, AFL, the championship is pretty much his. So this time next week, we could be crowning a champion. Haas will lose out on some points in the constructors, obviously with one DNF here, and Hobbsy finishing P7, Red Bull finishing P3. Be some points boost for Red Bull in the constructors. Williams will not really get a boost at all, if I'm honest. So Red Bull making some sizable distance here in Tier 2 in the constructors as well. But with the constructors always comes down to the last round. It's mainly the drivers as we're about to get underway for the final 2 laps of the session. As said a moment ago, AFL safety car is coming in.
Yeah. I think we're still going to see some drama.
Oh yeah. This is dessert now, AFL.
Short but sweet, yeah. That's what dessert is like. So Durai obviously bringing the guys down. He now becomes a de facto safety car, so he now controls the pace. He chooses when to go, and he's gone.
Yeah, he's not wasting any time. He wants to get to that finish line as fast as possible.
Just get that braking zone right. Oh,
No.
Legende looked like he went a little bit deep there into the bus stop, but he's kept it okay.
And we are underway with green flag conditions. I want to keep an eye on this battle between Jet and Legend down the inside. Nicely done.
But also look at Rapid. Rapid has also got through as well, so Legende has lost 2 positions.
This is going to be dangerous going Bal Rouge, mate.
Rapid has made it through okay. Yeah, they've all made it through.
Yep. Good clean driving. Jet is trying. He's desperate. Rapid, like you said, up to P3. It is a shame on Legend.
Yeah, 100%. But look, still a few laps to go.
Yellow flag. Mercedes of Marconi. There'll be no safety car. There'll be no VSC to save him. It'll just be a yellow flag.
Jet is looking rapid right now.
He is. I think he could do it. Oh, I tell you what though, Rapid's not going to make it easy for him. Rapid up to P2. Are we going to have a shock at the end of the race? And is Rapid going to win it?
Not sure. Anybody in this top 3 right now, this top 3 pair could win this race. Or this group, the pair is 2. Sorry, that's just me, just rambling. But yeah, anybody in this, as we have a yellow flag.
Knowles had a spin. And he's plummeted out of the points. With just 1.5 laps left to go. There's a bump between an Alpine and a Ferrari at the front.
The right gets a bit of a tank slap on. You just need to cover the inside line and make sure Rapid does not get the switchback. And Rapid has gone down the inside, bit of contact there.
It's Jet you want to watch out for as well, to be fair. This is the final lap of the Grand Prix.
They're going for it.
Oh, 10-second penalty for Knowlesy for corner cutting as we go up into Al Rouge. Oh, this is going to be close. Here comes Dari. I was waiting for it. What? 3 wide into the chicane.
Wide.
And it's clean.
And you know what? They all made it through.
They have.
Fair play.
Jet and Rapid nearly locking tyres. Dari has escaped them once again, and Dari's back into P1. What have we seen?
Like we may have had a bit of contact there between Jet and Rapid.
Tell you what, this battle's enticing, and Carl's coming into play as well now. Carl's saying, I'm still here, boys. Don't forget about me. I think Dari's done what they need to do. They are 1.1 seconds ahead now of P2. The battle between the Alpine and the Red Bull driver has essentially given the Ferrari just that little bit of a lead.
Still not over yet. We've still got a few braking zones.
We have, and it's extremely wet conditions at this point. One false move.
And all your hard work done.
Jet has been put that down to P3. Hobbsy and Brabbitt are also trading positions down for P7 to P8. As we come into the final 2 corners, Dari takes it nicely, doesn't go too wide, but it still could be stolen from him. Dari crosses the line, then it's Rapid and Jet. And Carl, as we can see, Aston Martin of Tango in the background, spin across the line. Oh, and a Mercedes kills the Aston Martin. It's what we like to see. Nice little battle there. Oh, there's just... Oh, everyone's murdering each other. Harry Palmer's going to jump on the bandwagon and do a bit of a spin. He couldn't even hit a wall properly or hit those 2 drivers. It was a good attempt. Knowlesy's doing something. And here comes McConey.
There you have it.
And that will be our Grand Prix. Definitely an exciting one, AFL. There was action no matter where we looked.
Yeah. Yeah, my driver day goes to Dari. Kept their cool.
Yeah, 100%.
Lost the position on the final lap, but held it to re-overtake and get the lead of the race. But yeah, well done to him.
Anyway, Dari will take the win. Rapid P2, Jet P3, Carl P4, Legend P5, Tangle P6, Panda P7, Tigris P8, Strauss P9, Hobbsy P10, 4-star P11, and 3-4 gets a point right there at the very end. Cole Paradox P13, Harry Palmer P14, Knowlesy P15, McConey P16, Brabbitt P17, DeRoos P18, Shu P19, and Pan right at the very start of the race got took out for P20. Well, AFL, it's definitely been an exciting race. If you want to try and get our top 3 into the interview box, if they join, they join. If they don't, they don't. And then we'll do our interviews and round off today's session.
Yeah, just all invited me. I'll be back in 1 minute.
Yeah, no worries. So we are just waiting to see if any of the top 3 do come in for an interview. So we are just waiting to see if they do turn up. Don't think anyone's coming today. I don't think anyone is going to be joining us this evening for a post-race interview. Normally they've jumped in by now. Just see if I can try and get them in. Diary, Rapid, Jet. Just try them one last time. See if we can get them in. If not, we are joined by one of our podium places at least. No, they're all coming in now. We didn't think they were coming in, but here we go. So we're going to start off with Jet. Jet, what a race!
Yeah.
Fair enough.
It was a good race, to be fair. I am also I'm starting to be ill, so I'm using that as my excuse. Definitely not skill issue. No skill issue whatsoever.
No, mate, if you're ill, you're ill. You're ill. Obviously, dry to wet race. It's Belgium.
Yeah.
Talk us through it.
I mean, coming into this, I thought I was not going to have the pace, but practicing earlier today, when I mean earlier today, I mean before this race, the pace looked very good, and I think it showed in qualifying. That was my PB, and I'm happy to be get pole by 2.5 temps. I think it was in the end.
You did. It was about the 2.5 temps. When the rain come, obviously, that's when things got a bit spicy, and then right at the very end, because of that late game safety car, you just unfortunately lost out on getting the win today. Obviously, I know you are involved in the championship battle at the moment. You're not out of it it stands.
No, I think I am.
I don't think you are. I think.
Really? I thought I needed a win today to keep in it.
From what I was trying to work it out as we were doing the comms, because obviously I had the thing.
Yeah, open. I'm 83 behind, so I needed to win to be 53 with the last 2 races. And if I got second, I would have been 61.
Let's have a look. Standings tier 2. Actually, I think you may be right, mate.
Yeah, I'm out of it. I'm out of it by 1 point.
You are out of it by 1 point, unfortunately.
Yeah, because otherwise I would have had to have got a pole and win. If I fast lap and pole, fast lap and win every race, I still would have been a point behind.
Yeah, it is unfortunate, but the battle for P2 is still very much alive for yourself as well. Obviously, try focusing on becoming runner-up. You've got 2 races left to go. You've got Netherlands next week, and then after that, you've got Bahrain.
Yeah.
How you think?
No. This is not really been a great season calendar-wise for me.
It's been a harsh calendar, to be fair.
It turns out I'm good at most of the races. I just don't like practicing for it. So
that's definitely an interesting strategy. But
yeah,
I know it sucks. I mean, you are officially out of the championship battle, but like I said a minute ago, you can always aim for runner-up at the very least. You've had a great season, mate. You are putting a very good performance there in Belgium as well. So head up high, mate. You put in a fantastic performance all season long.
Yeah. To be fair, I don't think I could have done better, to be honest with you. It's just that I had Dari and Legend with me. In
just-
Ennis's back pocket, technically, maybe. I don't think I can say that.
But just remember
Yeah.
as well, mate, the battle for the constructors is still very much alive, and Red Bull are currently
that's what
winning
I'm
it.
gonna focus on now.
So, all the points for the team, because we need it. We need to be constructor champions. Mate, great race, points for the team. Just hard luck on the Drivers' Championship.
Yeah, that's fine. There's always next season, they say.
Always next season. So, confirmation you'll be back for season 11. Mate, like I said, head up high. Baby. Mate, head up high. You put in a great race, nonetheless.
Yeah, great, thank you.
No worries. We are now going to go on to Rapid. He came out of nowhere, literally in the back end of that race. Rapid, talk us through that back end of the race, mate.
Very enjoyable race that was.
You should have seen it from our point of view.
Yeah, that was great battles all over, to be fair.
Right there,
enjoyed that.
right there at the very end, obviously when the rain came in, you really can't seem to sort of come into your own there as you were battling between Jet and Legend and Dari.
Yeah, I adjusted my wings on my setup to. I put a bit of a wet setup on, to be honest, rather than a dry setup.
Right. So when the rain came,
yeah.
hey, it paid off in your favour. I mean, you came runner-up in today's race, so decent points for yourself. Next week, obviously, like I said, we head over to the Netherlands. How are you feeling about the Netherlands?
Yeah, quite good, to be fair. Yeah, I like the track. Yeah.
It's a very twisty and bendy track, so it's not one of my favourites, if I'm honest, but can have some interesting battles nonetheless there. Just trying to think. Because you just sort of literally just came out of nowhere. Obviously, we saw you having a few battles in the mid-pack. And then just literally, right at the very end, you just came out of nowhere just to get onto the podium.
Yeah, most of the race I was battling for P4, I think, with like Nosey, Rabbit, and all them people. Because I was slow down, so I was just staying in their DRS type kind of thing. Because I was slow down the straights because of my higher wings in the dry. But then the rain came, late safety car, I came into my own.
But you certainly did. Like I said, you got on the podium at the very end. You got P2, so decent points all round. Mate, great performance this evening. You put on a hell of a show.
Cheers, thank you.
That is going to be it from us here in Tier 2 this evening. You will catch us at the same time next week. I think AFL's just come back right at the very end. AFL, have you got anything that you want to add as we round things off?
No, I was there. I was just letting you have the interview.
Fair enough.
For the past couple of weeks. Nothing to add. Obviously, thanks to the viewers tonight. Thanks to the drivers for tonight, and obviously thank you for putting on the video for us tonight as well.
As always.
Back next week for Zandvoort.
It's a tricky track, but there's only two people now that can potentially win the championship. It's going to be a battle between Ennis and DeWill. Which one of these boys are going to be crowned Tier 2 Season 10 champion? There's only one way to find out. Be back here this time next week, where we'll be going around the Netherlands.